So, Volodymyr Zelensky, the LARPer-in-chief over in Ukraine, has come to the United States to beg for more money. This is right on the heels of his wife's 40,000 euro shopping spree in Paris when she went there to beg for money. And this happens to coincide with a time when Congress is trying to pass a 4,000-page omnibus bill that was given to them just yesterday. And they want to vote on it in less than 48 hours. So, you're going to hear all about it because I'm going to tell you, but first, I want you to like and subscribe. Now, before I go on here, I want you to take a look at old Volodymyr Zelensky and just look at what a dirtbag he is. He hasn't shaved. He isn't wearing a proper uniform for the position that he's in and for the event that he is attending there at the White House. Compare him to some other American generals like Patton. Did Patton ever look like a dirtbag? No. And he's acting like he's been out in the field for weeks, and that's why he hasn't shaved. This man doesn't know anything about combat. He doesn't know anything about how the military works. He just knows about money. And that's what he's here for. But I want you to listen to what Rand Paul said today about this omnibus bill.
I brought with me the Omni, 4,155 pages. When was it produced? In the dead of the night, 1:30 in the morning when it was released. Now, people argue that it's conservatives' fault. You don't have the Christmas spirit. Somehow you're holding up government. Well, whose job is it to produce this? The people in charge of spending, the people in charge of both of the parties. When did they know that this would be necessary? Well, it's in the law, September 30th. You got 9 months, almost 10 months, to produce a plan, to have a spending plan. They weren't ready on September 30th, so they voted themselves 90 more days. They weren't ready last week either, so they voted themselves another week. And now we have it at 1:30 in the morning this morning. But what's the clamor? The clamor is to vote. Vote now. Let's get it done. Why are you standing in the way of spending? Well, the real question is this. What is more dangerous? What is more dangerous to the country? $1.1 trillion in new debt, or as Republican leadership likes to say, oh, but it's a win. It's a big win. We're getting $45 billion for the military. So which is more important? Which threatens the country more? Are we at risk for being invaded by a foreign power if we don't put $45 billion into the military? Or are we more at risk by adding to a $31 trillion debt? I think the greatest risk to our national security is our debt. The process stinks. It's an abomination. It's a no-good, rotten way to run your government. $6 trillion entity, and they want 24 hours to process this, and then they want to go forward. I will be demanding 2 amendments. One, that this goes against the budget rules. The pay-go rules say you can't do this. You can't have all this new spending unless it's offset. We will also be demanding that the pay-go rules are increased. Instead of taking 60 votes to evade the rules, we're going to ask that it be a 2/3 vote to evade the rules. The American people don't want this. They're sick and tired of it. They're paying for it through the nose with inflation. Adding $1 trillion to the deficit will simply fuel the fires that are consuming our wages and consuming our retirement plans. It's a terrible system. Someone needs to stand up. We're standing up, and we're going to say no.
Personally, I think we need to get rid of omnibus bills altogether. We shouldn't be voting on a mass bill every time. We should be voting issue by issue. They put a bunch of earmarks in there. They pay themselves out of it, and it's just absolutely ridiculous. It's a $1.7 trillion spending bill, and they want to give all that money to Ukraine. But look at our own border. Look at our own problems here. What's wrong with this picture? I don't know. Leave me a link, or leave me a comment down below what you think. This is a travesty, in my opinion. But until next time, like and subscribe. And then peace be with you.